Greetings, everybody. My name's Knight, and tonight I'm going to be doing a quick reading on how does your past life affect you currently, right now, in your life right now. And through this reading, I might be picking up on what you used to do, whether you're good or bad, and how it's affecting you, pretty much, and how we can work on ways, or if a message comes through, to bring more balance to your life if you are feeling balanced. And even if you are balanced, we're going to see how the positivity from the past, or maybe even darkness, has brought you to where you are now. So it's going to be a multitude of different messages. It's going to be 3 piles. I'm going to start off with a candle gazing, because I'm going to see what I'm going to channel first. And then I'm going to go with the cards, okay? And it's going to be 3 piles. Now, before I do the candle gazing session, I'm gonna show the cards, and y'all can pause the video and pick the card that you resonate with, and then I'll start the message. So the first card is gonna be Brilliant Beliefs. Second pile is gonna be Clarity. Third pile is Duality and Misunderstanding. So pause the video if you need to. These 3 cards, pause the video. All right, so again, Brilliant Beliefs, Clarity, right? Duality. So again, these are the selections: pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. All right. Okay, so we're gonna go into pile 1 with the Brilliant Beliefs. All right. Let's see what's going with you guys. All right. So right now already I'm seeing that currently, I might have like a lot of fire in your chart. Y'all just come off very fiery, a lot of personal power. I'm hearing you, if you're ever sick or ever down, you're able to come back. If anybody was trying to put you down, you're able to just, again, it's like you regenerate yourself. I'm also hearing in a couple of your past lives, you were probably a shaman or Native American or some type of indigenous bloodline. And if you're in Europe, I'm hearing maybe Nordic or something, where you're more in the outskirts, not into a city, but you're just always nomadic, traveling, or at sea. You might have a fond for oceans and sea, or mountains and snow, because I'm seeing the picture of the snow leopards. But also, as I'm looking at this flame, it's just making me think of somebody that keeps telling me something, somebody very independent. And so you might have also inherited some of your family right now, but I'm hearing a lot of this independence and strong will you have, and determinations from your past life, your person, to never give up. Because I'm also hearing too, though, in your past life, and this could be playing on this life, where people try to break you. They tested you, like you might seem nice, but they always tested you or put you through obstacles, making you feel bad, but you always had to try to find a way to keep your confidence. You might even had times where you didn't feel confident, but you showed outwardly that you were confident, right? It's like the divine has blessed you with a lot of willpower, more than a normal person. And also, again, I'm hearing some of your shaman times you are like a healer with your hands. Very motherly, even if you're a masculine watching. Definitely connected with nature. You might be very health conscious right now as well. You might be in a leadership position or entrepreneurship. Again, you just have extreme power, mainly in the mundane world, earthly matters. You're easy to manifest things, and if you don't know this, I'm being told to tell you, if you was a write affirmations or anything with scripting, you can do it like that. If you're into spells, you can do it like that. Compared to most people, you're just a very powerful person. Definitely a lot of Viking energy too. Again, I'm getting like Freya and stuff like that. But yeah, you're determined. You're just very determined. So let's see what the cards say. I'm just getting a very strong, determined, independent person. Again, I'm hearing warrior, like you maybe had a couple lives as a masculine as well, where you went to war and at sea a lot. You might have been a girl, like you might be a female at this time, but you just have like a lot of masculine energy. You don't take no BS. Even if you have brothers, you never back down. You're very tough. Again, I'm seeing with the 7 of Swords in reverse, you had a lot of times of feeling defeated, but you always came out on top. Again, I'm seeing travel too. You might be traveling a lot in this life. That's because you're a traveler in your past life. I'm hearing you're a nomad in your past life. Always wandering. It was very hard for you to, in your past life, to get a home. I'm hearing a lot of your homes that you were in were ruined through war or conflict, fire. A lot of the places you live were tore down. You were also, at times, you were neglected, possibly by loved ones or just the people you're with, the natives, your culture. So now you might be feeling, you might have a codependency problem, or you always might feel like you have you're scared to be neglected, or an inner fear of just being alone. And if you feel this, it's not just probably because what you went in this life, it's from past life. So if you ever felt neglected, or you have a fear of abandonment, shit, that's the main thing they're telling me. Abandonment, fear of abandonment issues, things of that nature. You had to work on that, especially if you're younger, because of past lives of being abandoned. A lot of times having to leave old places, or people leaving you behind. I'm also hearing one time you're a captive. You're caught as a, how can I say it, on any, or behind enemy lines. They had you captured. So now I see you don't want to be tied down by nobody. Of course, we all have freedom and free will, but you particularly been through so much, and you seek harmonious changes. You seek more like-minded souls and a love energy, because you've been heartbroken a lot, possibly in this life with the Three of Swords, but definitely your past life. I'm hearing a lot of times your life might have ended early, so you might have a fear of what can happen to your life. So now you try to stay health conscious and things of that nature, or you might have been through a lot of life death situations. You might be a Scorpio at this moment, but it's just like you always were betrayed a lot by people. Again, it's mainly like war, conflict, or friction, or you just can't trust people. Again, traveling with the Eight of Wands here. Definitely, but you always, no matter what, you're always able to fill your own cup and get success some type of way. No matter how many endings happen, you always stood in your power with the King of Wands. Definitely, you're looked as a very strong person. Again, I keep hearing in the past life you're definitely warrior-like, or either you were married to a warrior if you weren't a warrior yourself, and also a couple of your lives were shamans. Y'all passed messages, and that ding, if you heard that ding, that's telling me already, like, you are a person, like, before things come, you can probably sense things before messages or anything came to you. It's like if you know somebody's about to do bad, you can see through the veil before they knock you off your feet. You know, because a lot of times, again, betrayal, but you're always able to find opportunities. No matter if somebody try to self-sabotage you, or not self-sabotage, but sabotage your jobs or anything like that, or just your friendship, you're always able to get out of that. And also, you might have struggled with self-sabotaging thoughts, like a fear of being a leader at times or stepping up. That's because of past lives. Yeah, with the past card was behind that, right? And a lot of friction. Remember I said sailor or a ship, like a Nordic Vikings. This is it. You might love being on the boats, or have a affinity for water. Again, you also have you were a healer. So when I'm hearing with all this energy going on, a lot of your past life, if you ever dealt with, again, neglecting, like feeling neglected or abandoned, not feeling your self-worth, always having friction with people, you struggling with anger issues right now, maybe right now, or even in your past as a youth or a teen or a young adult, that fiery, hard to hold your tongue, hard to back down, because you were oppressed a lot in your life, in your past life, and maybe in this life, and it carried out, and it didn't really completely heal in that life, and it carried out here because you're trying to learn in this life to have a more balanced and harmonious life without having so much fire being brought up out of you. And again, it doesn't mean you shouldn't express the anger and get it out, but you're finding more ways of being more nurturing and more balanced and more compassionate with people, okay? Because your soul wants to have a fresh start, a better beginning in this life than it ever had in any other life. And so I'm told that you're blessed with the spirit of, like, inspiration within you, where you're able to make something out of nothing. You're definitely divinely guided as always. Again, it's all about bringing balance back in your life. So definitely, your past life, again, with this traveling, get a lot of traveling, a lot of spiritual intervention. Like, I keep hearing my phone ding, so I definitely know you're divinely connected possibly now, but you're always seen as like the witch doctor, the mage. You're always heavily protected. Again, I heard lives possibly in the Nordic countries, or Germanic countries, or even possibly in America, some of you guys in Native American cultures, and also possibly Indian. And I'm hearing also Greek, which is in the Mediterranean. I wasn't sensing Mediterranean, but I'm getting that. And you're definitely protected. You might have been, again, you dealt with a lot of trickery. Remember I said betrayal? And no matter what, you're always protected. See this Hecate card? So when I said Greece, you might have been connected with her back in the day. That might have been your matron back in that time frame. You always illuminated people to the truth, right? Again, when that betrayal, again, you might even to this day have a lot of envious people around you who might be just envious of your power or what you hold. But again, you're protected with this Medusa energy. You're seeing this, technically, this is you. You're the Medusa. You have a lot of power inside, and it makes people flee. Like how this helicopter's flying over, it makes people just want to repel. But also, you might get tested a lot in this life. Again, it's about past life. A lot of people you met in this life, other than being karmic, they are brought here to bring lessons to you to see if you're going to stand your ground, but in a more balanced way, where you don't get out of character. but you were the bigger person in this life. So it's like you're learning to be a bigger person in a more balanced and harmonious way, to be an example. Because again, they're going to get their karma, but your whole thing is to not to do the same cycle of getting overly angry. Because I'm also hearing you might have hurt certain people in your past life, again, through these conflicts and wars, not always intentionally, but you had to. Again, you had a lot more fire, and you might still have that here. So again, man, that's why I'm hearing your past life. Your past life was, it seemed like a lot of anger issues, neglect, definitely betrayal. And you had some good ones where you're like, again, you're a healer, like a witch doctor or a shaman, definitely. But even with that job, you had people who didn't understand who you were as a shaman or a healer yourself. I'm also hearing you could prophesize as well. So again, it's like you had messages you're trying to pass out, and it's just people shunned you, almost like how they did the mages and witches. So definitely, yeah. And they tell me look at my tribal tattoo. So when I'm looking at this, it says miracle on my hand. So definitely your hands might be healing. And y'all, I'm also hearing you might have a connection. You had a past life in what was it, New Zealand? I can't think of the name of those people out there, but the natives to New Zealand who had the little the things on their faces and stuff. So that's what I'm hearing with that for your lives collective. Like you guys always, one thing I will say, no matter when you had lives in Europe, Americas and New Zealand and Greece, it was always near water. I will say that it was always near water or in mountainous terrains where it snowed, but it was still near water. Like it might be a lake deep in the forest near the mountains, but you're always near water and nature. So you might have that affinity now, and you definitely travel. So you might be wondering why you always have an urge to travel and probably fly. And see, I'm not saying travel, you hear that car just crank up, and I think that's that Mustang outside. So you definitely love fast things, going, traveling, moving. And so that's a sign already. And then they tell me look at the card right here with the Knight of Swords. So yeah, man, you might be scheduling a trip right now. So again, I'm gonna make this long-winded. I am being told to tell you be aware of envious people currently though, because I do feel like you might have some negative people around you, maybe at work or possibly. But again, man, yeah, just know that, man, you are seen as a strong leader, very powerful, spiritual. I don't want to keep repeating myself, balanced. But you did struggle with the betrayals, man. And not that it's your fault, and standing up for yourself a lot of times. And when you did, you kind of got executed early in your life. And so right now, you're just trying to you're meeting people who might be similar energies, and some of these people are from the past life. Yeah, definitely. Doesn't mean you got to stay with these people, but they're from your past life. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing with you, that you were, man. You're definitely a powerful person. So never let nobody oppress this energy, man. You're a powerful man or woman out there, and yeah, and I'm hearing a side message, you got opportunities, but right now that's how it was affecting you, man. That firing you, man, and also a karmic contract, so people who are going to be testing you, trying to betray you again, and see how you're going to stand. Are you going to stand up in a positive way or in a negative way like the past and self-destruct, you know? Or are you going to stand your ground? All right. So that's what I heard for, what do you call it? Pile, was it 1? Yeah. So now, pile 2, whoever picked the clarity card. Clarity, okay? Let's see what the divine is telling me about you guys with the clarity card. All right. All right, here I'm seeing with the clarity card here, you guys definitely were put under some type of illusion a lot in your past lives, where every time you thought you knew what you were doing, it's like you self-sabotage yourself, or you got into connections that seem good. I'm hearing more so you got affected a lot with your love life more than anything. Like, you know, I'm hearing you're always abundant, you know, you're well off, but with love, it's like you're always getting negative partners, possibly because of like love issues, meaning like not knowing your worth, your value. You might even struggle with that now. Being codependent right now possibly, but you're like that energy, and then you drew like narcissistic people, or just not narcissistic people, just people who want to gain off you for the and benefit off of it, and they really didn't love you like they could have loved you. So you might be dealing with like a lot of love issues right now, and then you're kind of gullible or naive and not knowing any better, and staying in connections too longer than you need it to be. But the divine was always trying to tell you more about this, but you didn't. And then there was times you tried to have a family, or you had kids and a couple of lives, and then you got left behind, or there's some lives I'm hearing that you didn't have kids, like more recently you didn't have kids, so then you might be having kids late now. And if you did have kids early, it's still like an illusion where you thought the father figure would be there and it weren't. It's like like you had a plan and a goal, and you try to have your love life all organized and perfect, like how you did in school or your job, but it just never worked. And that's because also as well in a couple of your lives, other than you trying to, because I'm hearing your more recent lives, you try to get better and better because of your new lives before that. So I mean by that, it's like your older lives before the most recent ones. In your first couple of carnations, you were kind of like in a player energy, meaning you wanted to be free. It doesn't mean you're out here messing with everybody. You just wanted to be free. It was hard to settle you down. It's like Lilith energy. You didn't want to submit, and then you kind of neglected wanting to have children, and you denied your own self from having children, and then you kind of did people wrong, because I'm hearing you had some lives as men and women, and you didn't do them correctly, and you didn't want to connect with your own family as well. And so all that built karma through other lives, and it carried out now. So you might even have friction with your family right now that's like siblings or parents or, you know, something of that nature too. That could be playing out. Because remember, I'm talking to a collective, but definitely that's what I'm hearing. It's like it's carried out like this negative energy from those very, very first couple of carnations. And then when you got to your later carnations, you started getting the karma slowly. Like you did get the love, but they didn't stay. You did get the love, you didn't stay, but you still never really figured out how to love yourself properly. And what was happening is you're drawing people who didn't know how to love themselves. They only knew how to take, and they end up taking from you like how you did in your lives before you met those people. So they also, not only did they take from you like how you did other people, but they also didn't show you love because they don't know this, but subconsciously they saw that you didn't love yourself enough in their last life. So now you got hit with all that, and your whole lesson that you wanted to do to come back into this incarnation again so many times was to learn how to love yourself properly, and, you know, allowing the divine naturally to have you meet the person you're supposed to meet naturally without force and control. Because then, you know, how can I say, when you letting them come naturally, they're going to bring them in the divine timing when you know your worth, right? And you know not to be codependent with other relationships, and then you'll reflect that out, and it will draw that right person in with that same energy or similar, where it'll be less conflict and friction. Because of course no relationship is perfect. It will be less likely that you'll be living an illusion of a perfect relationship, and then it just fails because you have self-worth issues. You don't value yourself. Again, I don't sense that energy being this heavy right now. I feel like you're more in a somewhat kind of a balanced energy, but a lot of that is coming from your past lives. Yeah, definitely love I'm hearing. That's what I was channeling with that, man. A lot with that. And so you're trying to get more harmonies, changes, definitely. Because right now you're kind of coming to an empowerment moment of more harmony. And I'm definitely seeing your guides. I'm seeing you got a masculine and feminine around you. Definitely your angels guiding you, trying to build you up with the Seven of Pentacles. Because they see how the Seven of Pentacles is? This is like your material. They're trying to get your love life like this, because your love life is looking like the Seven of Cups, the illusion. And you might be seeing 7 sevens a lot. I see a 7-7, so it's like your material world is growing and blossoming, but your love life, it could be better, okay? And they're trying to ground it into a more balanced way where you don't just try to control everything like this Four of Pentacles. Because I'm hearing you're a very emotional person. You might be a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, something of that nature, or Cancer. And if not, you're just coming off like that, and you kind of like overthink things. And also I'm hearing that people judge you the wrong way. You have a really beautiful heart, but people are burdening you. Because again, they're really cutthroat. They don't know how to talk to you properly with these sharp words, and they got this Queen of Swords energy here, and make you feel defeated in the love area and oppressed. But again, I'm hearing love's gonna get better. But with you have a beauty. You had some great life. I don't want to make this reading sound so depressing. You had a good life as far as your mundane world. Because in the mundane world, I'm hearing a lot of you in the mundane world, you were teachers, like actual teachers. I'm hearing some of you guys wrote books. You work with children, like with schools, but you didn't really have a lot of lives where you had children. You know what I'm getting with this? I'm also hearing, they're telling me you also, how can I say this? You always left strong foundations in your work environment. Like you always started something like a legacy, where other people behind you who weren't blood related picked up what you did. So like I'm hearing you left legacies through books no matter what country you lived in past lives, you left a legacy, like scripting. So you might like to write right now. This is on a positive note of your life. And you wrote through your emotions. I'm hearing you might be connected with poetry or music, or just something, creative painting, art. And even if you don't know how to draw now, you might be wondering, why do you like looking at very creative things on TV or paintings? That's because that's what you used to do in the past life. Definitely. And that's how you made your money with the Three of Pentacles. So that's the positive part of your life. You always were abundant, I'll tell you that. With this Nine of Cups here. But the only thing, you just had strife in your love department. So right now, if you want to know what's going on, you're being blessed with abundance always, because you always knew how to put value in your work and all that. But when it came to yourself, it took a lot. And I noticed that you are also very connected with spirit, but you held a lot in. And your angels at that time were always trying to show you the way, but you were slow moving to see the signs. And then you got a lot of karma for mistreating people in a couple of your lives, and also mistreating yourself. And so now in this life, you're trying to, how can I say, have that love that you desire. And it all starts within, as you know, to bring balance within you, that self-worth, and then, allowing the divine to bring what is necessary to you to have a more balanced relationship. And if you do have a balanced relationship, but you felt these energies before, then you did what you had to do to be more in tune with your destiny. But this is what I'm hearing again with this pile too, man. You guys are very strong people, but again, you went through a lot, man. A lot. And definitely that was, because again, like, you always search for the clarity, and the divine was always there. It's just your love life again. They keep telling me that you have like a lot of tower moments in your love life, man. You're always meeting these swords energy kind of men or women, because again, you were that. Like in your very first couple of conversations, you were this. You didn't care, man. I'm telling you, it was kind of like self-centered, just arrogant, really self-absorbed. And you're not like this. I'm not here to sugarcoat and nothing, but this is what I see in your past life. But again, you healed and you learned to be in this chariot energy. And you might have had times in this life you had to pull back your energy just from the negative people around your life, especially in your love life, to pretty much find a way to lift yourself up. You had to pretty much, how can I say, reject everybody or isolate to come together to yourself. And this all a part of your contract. Whenever I keep this in, it's the contract card. But no worries though, man. Again, y'all are good now. Things are getting better. But that's how your past life affected you, man. I know it might have sounded like really sad and depressed, but you had like a lot of oppressive, like this negative, like a lot of things in that life, man. I'm telling you. But again, man, I'm hearing you're coming out of that. Things should be going well as long as you keep trusting yourself and listen to the divine, trust your own guts, So yeah, that's pile 2. That's how your past life. That's kind of heavy. I didn't fill out this from the first pile, which is a lot. Whew. Now, pile 3, with the duality. So let's see what the divine is saying with you guys with the duality. All right. So already, man, you guys are, I'm like my occultist. I notice every reading, not every reading, but every other reading or every 2 days, whenever I decide to do these things, I get somebody who's in the occult. So already, you lived a lot of lives. Like, I feel like from what I'm hearing, 75% of your lives is like mages, witches, shamans, high priestess, oracles. I'm hearing like an oracle of Delphi. Like, so you're connected to that energy. You might have been having a life in Greece again, or ancient Samaria, or what's the other place? Turkey. I'm hearing also the Ottoman Empire. I'm hearing you also were what's his name? Just a lot more on the Middle East areas and Eastern Europe. Definitely. Just a lot of hidden knowledge. Just a lot. I'm hearing ancient Hebrews. Just a lot. Like, you are the epitome of a cult. Like, I'm telling you, man, like, you were even in certain lodges. Some of you guys were Masons at one time. Definitely. I'm even hearing the word Marduk. So some of you guys might have been a worship to Marduk in the past life. Yeah. And I'm also hearing, what's that? It's just a lot, man. And so what else? Definitely a lot of magic, a lot of scripting. Just a lot, man. And what's sad is a lot of people misunderstood you. Like, what I'm seeing is a very beautiful person, man or woman, but mainly a lot of your lives is women, like how this woman is. And they misjudge you off what you look like. So guys are just the people around you saw you as a beautiful person, but they saw you as somebody not to mess with. And I'm hearing this beauty still might be around you. Like, you still might look beautiful. Even if you're old, you might age gracefully, masculine or feminine. You might even work with actual like skulls. You might order skulls right now and work with them as divination. But definitely in that past life, you did a lot of occult things. I do feel more darker magic and light, but mainly dark in a couple of your lives. What else? Just a lot of magic, man. And you had so much knowledge that it was how can I say, it was past your time. It was like you were ahead of your time, that's to say. People didn't understand your knowledge. They didn't know where you're getting this knowledge from. You were that connected with source. They just didn't understand it. You had like a lot of haters. I will say that. I'm hearing a couple of lives you got persecuted. Kind of like the witches in Salem. I'm hearing you got persecuted in Spain. I'm hearing in England as well. Definitely. But they're still pushing me back where your most powerful lives again were towards Eastern Europe and down to the Mediterranean near Turkey, Crete, things in that nature. And yeah, you were definitely a scribe in a couple of lives. So right now in this life, you might be gifted at writing, you might be gifted at moon magic, or you might be very religious. But this is all from past life. It's not just about the culture you're in or the country. That's what I'm hearing. What else? Yeah, definitely, man. You are definitely connected to a goddess. So I'm gonna pull my goddess deck. They tell me to pull a goddess deck because you might be connected to her right now. Man, like, so I'm hearing you have premonitions. You're a channeler. You're clairvoyant. You got almost all the clairs. Yeah. Again, you are so powerful you can heal yourself. So see how this goddess, she's like her, it says health. She's like, it's like you were always able to shed skin. I'm also hearing you can astral travel and shape shift in your past life. A lot of people try to make you feel guilty to what you did back in the day, and then see the again tonsils, the Ereshkigal, which is like the guys of the underworld. In the Sumerian energy, Sumerian times back in the day, you might be connected to her now, but this is you. It's like you were that dark goddess, but in the human form. Definitely oracle. Yeah, definitely oracle. You also did spells for people, and this is how you made your money. You're very prosperous. You also delivered a lot of people out a lot of negative times. Again, at the bottom was the hell deck. You might be gothic, or you might be attracted to the color black. Definitely. Again, Tiamat. This is how ancient you are, Tiamat. Because I know I done pulled like 3 of like one of the most oldest goddesses in that tarot deck. So you've lived a lot of lives. You're an old soul. Definitely. And in this life, again, you might be one to do candle magic. And if you're not into this, you might like watching movies like this. You might like watching witch movies, dark movies, anything horror. It's mainly because you're connected to the dark source, your aura, or your soul might be more of a dark energy. So even if you're a loving person, it's just something you carries in you. Because a lot of people don't notice, whatever you watch is actually still a reflection of you or what you like to do. So even if you wouldn't dare do a spell on somebody, that's just showing you possibly what you were in the past life, right? It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It's just what it is. Again, I keep getting this gothic energy, you're dark. What else I'm picking up on this? I'm definitely picking up Persephone. And again, man, it's sad because like you're so misunderstood. And I'm hearing too though, in this life, when people meet you, say if you're not even doing magical things or witchy things, people just don't understand you. You come off like aloof, like very mysterious, an enigma. Just people are curious about you, you know. And with these dogs barking, for some reason they keep telling me Hecate. So maybe you're connected with her as well. But yeah, in this life it's sad because like you're a good person, but just people don't understand you. But also I'm hearing you're secretive too. You don't trust people. And that's from a past life too, because back in the day you used to have to keep a lot of sacred knowledge. You had to keep secrets. You had to keep your mouth closed a lot. What else? Yeah, man, it's just it's sad because like you have such a good soul. I just keep hearing this, man. You've been hurt a lot. Your family, you might have felt like a misfit or an outcast or alone. And because I'm kind of quiet in this reading compared to the other one, I feel like you might be an introvert possibly. But if you are a talker, you only tell so much to people around you unless you trust them a lot. Definitely good at scripting. And again, with the soul contract coming out again, You were so powerful. Everything you did was perfect. Everything you touched turned to gold. You might have had struggle with sleep issues, nightmares, or something like that, possibly in the past or this life, it's because of the spirits you work with. Okay. Well, because I'm saying work with, some of you guys might work with these spirits now, but past life, past life, past life. I'm also hearing some of you guys are gypsies as well. Definitely gypsies, but always around either, again, a cult or some type of religion that was more dark, or if it was a lighter religion like Christianity, you were like the actual oracle or priest or high priest itself, right? And there's another religion I'm thinking of too right now, and it's not Hindu, but it's another one that starts with an M. I can't even think of it right now, over there towards Iran area. But long story short, you're very magical, man. So again, I'm not telling you to do this, but if you are into magic, or if you was to do it, it will strongly help you out. And again, if you wonder why people look at you sideways or they act like you're the bad person, you're a good person, but it's like you carry like a dark energy. I gotta say what I see. Like, you're not the devil or anything like that, but you carry this dark energy in your aura, and people are just curious about you. And sometimes they misread you. You might have a stuck, like your face might look irritated or angry all the time, but it's not on purpose, but people might think it is, but it's not. It's just how you are. Definitely magic, man. Anything else? I don't want to make this too long. They really just telling me, man, all your gifts is all because, again, you were also in the covenant, I'm hearing. Yeah, look, remember I said moon magic? Look, summon the powers, right? Look, summon the powers. This is like connected to the moon. And I said earth, look, magic. Look, earth magic. All this is like moon and earth, nature. Look, feminine. Be open to receive. This is like Isis, man. And I'm telling you, man, this is your energy. This is your energy, right? And it always draws people in. You can see through the veil. This is like, when I see this card, it's like seeing through the veil. And to this day, you might be able to see spirits and things in that nature, or you can at least feel them brushing up on you. This is why. So I'm not going to make this reading too long, man. And this is all, again, you might even be able to see the Akasha records, because they just told me to look down. I didn't realize this Akasha record. Again, this is being told to me right now. You made your harvest definitely through magic. Yeah. And Mistra. I think his name was Mistra. It was a religion where it was a god or goddess, Mistra. Mithricism or something like that. I'm hearing there was a past life with that. That was the word I was trying to think of earlier. But long story short, man, this is you, and this power still holds within you. You're definitely connected to the dark goddess. I'm gonna get one more card just to make this end. I'm sorry if I was kind of quiet in this reading here. It's like I just feel like you're very to yourself. You're very balanced and at peace. And again, because like you might do things at night, because the Nyx card came out. And I'm also hearing, again, you were abused in past lives a lot, and you might have been abused in this life, and you didn't deserve it, but that's just how it's because, again, a lot of your magic you did wasn't the best, I will say. But nonetheless, man, your determination got you far in that life, and it will get you far in this life, because right now you might be in this an atonement energy, meaning you're coming into an empowerment moment. And also, if you do feel empowered already, it's all because of your past life. Literally, like, even though you're dark, you still had lives where you did good deeds, man. And you're always curious about life, and the divine always blessed you with things that were hidden in the spirit world. It was fated for you to know this right now, and it was fated for you to have these gifts back then, because as much as you did dark, you try to balance it as much as you could in the right way. And I'm hearing right now you're a balanced individual, and a lot of your gifts are from the dark and the light. And you're definitely heavily protected, I'm telling you right now. And I'm also being told lastly, you're able to transmute energy, right? And they say always trust your gut. And I'm hearing sometimes you might doubt yourself, but always trust yourself. And again, there's Persephone, right? The underworld. I remember I was talking about dark energy. Look at all this. And I mean that in a positive way. So that's what I'm hearing right now. I'm not hearing anything else, guys. I don't really want to make this too long. But again, before I go, remember I say, know that you're always protected, because it says protection. And also, you're good at protective magic if you were to do so, or just praying. So, man, I don't want to make it too long and drag it out long enough, but that's how your past life affect you, man. It's like, in this life, you're in the name of the people. You draw people in. You don't even realize it, and if you do, this is why. You're magical. And if you are a witch or a mage watching this, hey, this is just confirmation, something you already know about yourself. You might even have this in your lineage, in your family lineage, but definitely you're in a lot of lives of doing occult things and part of a covenant, just a lot of things like that. So with that being said, my name is Knight, and if it's, I hope y'all like the reading, and blessed be.